you're just gonna sit there forever in your own stench. The plan? I truly hope I don't need to spell out what needs to happen here.
Oh, I can't play it, innit?
So there might be some residue on your muzzle, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe you could stand a polish? Oh, you gotta clean that shit up. Wipe your ass, you asswipe. Go on, wipe your ass. Go on, wipe your ass. Go on, wipe your ass. We've now reached the halfway point of our journey. We hope you've been enjoying your time in the American dream. I've certainly enjoyed watching you grow into a model American citizen and
master the use of your trusty
guns. As part of our regular procedure, I'd like to ask you a few questions. How many bullets have you fired since the start of your journey? What? Seriously? Correct, you are. How much time do you think has passed since we began our journey? Correct, you are. When an intruder comes into your house, which item will help you the most? Correct. Our studies have shown that a gun will be the best option in 99 out of 100 house invasions. And the other time, it's a chainsaw. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love America? Yes, that is the correct answer. Who is a good boy? Thank you. Woof. How many degrees should you spin for a no-scope shot? Correct. Anything less and you're a filthy noob. Thank you. During the intermission, feel free to get up and use the restroom, or perhaps purchase some sweet snacks or guns to keep your body and mind satisfied and to keep the glorious capitalist machine well oiled. We've got a lot more in store for you, so rest up, relax, and when you're ready, we will proceed. The pioneers of the gun industry began with humble ambitions. Some saw the rifle as nothing more than a machine made to throw balls. But it was the keen American eyes of our gun industrialists that realized the untapped potential of those balls. Combining American ingenuity with our unmatched manufacturing processes, those noble poets of wood and steel went on to produce guns en masse. It was a glorious age of progress for our industry, but there was one problem. All these guns needed owners, and there just wasn't enough war around to match our supply. An American once said, if you want to make a pile of money, invent something that will enable these Europeans to cut each other's throats with greater facility. And so we shipped our guns to Europe, helping our friends slaughter each other for a while, and business boomed. It was a time of great innovation and prosperity. We made repeating rifles, revolving pistols, Gatling guns, semi-automatic pistols, and even a gentleman's cane gun. However, as our industry grew, we began to see the limits of the market. Relying on ebb and flow of war was simply not sustainable. The gun began as a commodity like any other, an appliance to fulfill a specific purchase. Throw metal balls at high velocity. However, for our industry to survive and to extend our reach, we needed to elevate the gun to greater heights. All right, good to go? Get comfy, strap yourself in, and let's begin the second half of your journey into the American dream. You proposed to your beloved Taylor, and she said yes. She also happens to be pregnant. So in light of that, your wedding plans have been slightly accelerated. Good job with that whole safe sex thing. When a child is conceived before marriage, the family must arrange a hastier wedding to ensure that the child is born into wedlock. This is what we refer to as a shotgun wedding.
I'm so proud of you, my son.
Here, take this silencer. Family heirloom. You'll need it when the nagging starts. Trust me. Take a look around. All your friends and family are here. Who invited that stupid cat? Anyway, the rest of your life begins here. You'll be working a soul-crushing job 9 to 5. Coming home to a family that won't appreciate you. And looking forward to the weekends so you can numb yourself with alcohol and begin the cycle all over again. Let that sink in for a moment. Don't worry, I was joking. Only half of that was true. That man behind you is Taylor's brother. He's quite eager to see his dear sister get married. You aren't getting cold feet, are you? Relax. It's natural to have terrible doubts before committing to one person for life. Thankfully, you have just what you need to deal with this predicament. Come on, pull yourself together. You need to warm up those cold feet of yours. Confidence is key. Oh, I think it's almost time for Taylor to arrive. My God, what is that noise? The organ player is asleep. Wake up that old hack. Nicely done. She's playing even better than before. Remarkable what the motivation can achieve. Here comes Taylor. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the presence of these witnesses to join these beautiful young American patriots together in matrimony like barrel and stone, commended to be honorable among all, and therefore is not to be entered into lightly, but reverently, passionately, lovingly, any of them. I will now proceed to the wedding vows. Fire your shotgun into the air to proclaim your vows. Do you both pledge to share your lives openly with one another and to speak the truth with love, tenderly care for one another, cherish and encourage each other, stand together through sorrows, joys, and communist attack? For all the days of your life, Point that thing at me. Well-regulated, our state free, and to uphold your God-given right to bear firearms of all varieties, including pistols, shotguns, rifles, semi-automatic assault rifles, and fully automatic machine guns where state legislation permits.
Me too.
Do you pledge to use your firepower to defend yourselves, each other, and all fellow patriots who are well good in this beautiful country?
Me too.
May these rings be blessed as a symbol of your youth. As often as either of you look upon these rings, may you not only be reminded of this moment, but also of the vows you have made, the strength of your commitment to each other and to your country. Person can show just cause why they may not be joined together. Let them speak now, or forever hold their peace. I object! With that unpleasantness out of the way, you're now in peace and live in love, sharing the most precious gifts you have, the gifts of your life, united, and your right to bear arms. And may your days be long on this earth. Chances of which increase with daily target practice. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Now, as is customary, you will leave the charge as the guests spray you with bullets. The bullets represent rice, which was once used to represent seeds, which were used to represent fertility. But since you've already knocked up, Taylor, well, it's all a bit of a moot point anyway. Onward to the rest of your... Let's take a look inside the factory of the future, where a single employee can do the work of many. You made it just in time for work. Here at Golding's Bagel Company, all our bagels are lovingly gun-crafted to perfection. Most customers can't even taste the lead. Hit the button to start up the machinery. Remember, the secret to a delicious bagel is the well-cooked dough and that perfect hole in the center. Whoa, no! Someone's left something nasty in the dough. Get that into the bin before it gets into the oven. As the old saying goes, try not to sell your customers baked rats. Keep working hard. We need more bagels, and the boss needs more diamonds encrusted into his watch. You let a holeless bagel through. Now some poor customer will probably have a nervous breakdown. Marvel at the unmatched efficiency of the American system of manufacturing. With our cutting-edge machinery and talented workers, whether it be bagels or guns, we have the ability to produce more than anyone could possibly need in a lifetime. he'll let her pull this bagel through. Now some poor customer will probably have a nervous breakdown. It's lunchtime. Use the vending machine to order yourself a tasty meal and eat up to make sure you have enough bullets in your proverbial magazine. Remember, guns don't shoot the holes out of bagels. People shoot the holes out of bagels. Just like the diligent bagel shooter toils in the factory to keep our citizens fed, the good people of the gun industry work around the clock to ensure a steady supply of guns to keep American citizens safe. These are good family people, like yourself, who want nothing more than to earn a living and feel safe. Here comes one of those rat bagels. Shoot it up the hook before it gets through. Time's up. I think the boss will be pleased with the results. All right. That about does it for today. Let's get moving. After a long day's work, you now get to enjoy the weekend with your sweetheart. We've prepared two iconic American activities for you to enjoy. First, beer. Oh, this delicious golden beverage has several health benefits, including being an excellent source of carbohydrates and self-confidence. We've armed you with a special alcoholic nice catch. Now crack it open and have a swig. Our Patriot-ready beers are brewed with love and ample amounts of Patriot juice, extracted fresh from the deep mines of Wisconsin. You won't find a beer as delicious as this anywhere else in the world. Except maybe Australia. But they banned guns there, so they can go get fucked. How refreshing. Shoot your cans into the trash to dispose of them. Shoot your can into the trash to properly dispose of it. The garbage bin in the corner. Get the can into it. The garbage bin in the corner. Get the can into it. Now that you've learned how to drink a beer like a true American, let me share the next activity. Television! This all-knowing box of knowledge delivers up-to-date news about the community, the country, and less importantly, the rest of the world. Turn on the TV, kick back, relax, and enjoy a well-earned break.
Breaking news. After a recent expression of freedom in a schoolyard, the president has expressed his desire to restrict the sale and use of automatic assault weapons.
Seriously? Those damn gun grabbers are at it again. They just can't leave our freedom alone. The America we love is burning before our very eyes. Are you fed up with tying your shoelaces by hand? Introducing the Cutter 1912, the one-stop tool for all your everyday needs. Just shoot yourself in the foot and you're good to go.
We cannot keep giving a platform to these mass shooters. We are awarding them with wall-to-wall attention and the sense of identity that they crave. The media are creating a whole new generation of copycat killers, and they must be stopped.
Copycat killers, almost as bad as actual cats.
When you're out hunting and get surrounded by 100 bears, what are you going to do? Let them take you captive and have their way with you back in the depths of the bear cave? Don't be a victim. Arm yourself with an SR-15 assault rifle and send those frisky bears straight to hell.
Holy smokes! Taylor's water has broken. We need to get her to the hospital so that the baby can be safely brought into the world. You remember the emergency services number, don't you? It was 3 numbers, right? Hello, operator? We've got a woman in labor, and she's ready to deliver us a fresh American patriot. We need an ambulance pronto. And here they are. The ambulance service, much like your guns, can always be counted upon to take care of you in times of need. We're now at Coke Hospital, where the kind doctors and nurses will help Taylor deliver your beautiful child. Like all good Americans, doctors have learned how guns can enhance their productivity in new ways. Rather than relying on dangerous surgical instruments, such as scalpels and forceps, doctors have a variety of medical guns to use instead. Surgery has never been safer. Now we play the waiting game and leave the rest to our skilled American doctors. I assure you, things are going fine. Wait a minute. Is that guy smoking in a hospital? How irresponsible. A safe space once more. Remember, only cigars should be smoked in a hospital, and only after the baby is delivered. Push. give the baby a smack on the fanny. A new American has been born. What could she grow up to be? An Olympic shooter? A raider of tombs? A masterful chief? A bounty hunter? A gear of war? A bold space marine? A soldier that answers the call of duty in modern warfare? Anything is possible.
Our beautiful baby girl. What should we call her? Bang. What a wonderful name.
Bang.
We'll call her Bang.
Seeing you two and your new baby makes me think of how the gun factory of tomorrow will spawn new guns and gun owners for generations to come. I hope you're as excited to see it as I am. Congratulations! You've worked diligently and have been able to purchase your very own home. Whilst your partner takes care of many of the indoor chores, such as the laundry and cleaning, it's up to you to get your guns dirty with the gardening tasks. In many ways, this garden could serve
As an allegory for our country. It is vast.
awe-inspiring, and home to many fine things. The different plants represent the variety of citizens that call America home. Some good, and some bad. The good plants represent the innocent, law-abiding, freedom-loving masses. Then there are the bad plants. Think of them as the parasites, villains, cats, communists and predators that intrude on our peaceful territory. Amongst the population, there are exceptionally good flowers, such as the noble rose. Roses, with their stunning looks and sharp thorns, represent the
Patriots like you and I.
strong, refined, intelligent, incredibly good-looking, and deadly when necessary. You are a rose, and your guns are your thorns. Remember, it is the duty of the roses to
Protect the garden.
Guns aren't just useful for tidying up in the garden. They can also be tools for nurturing flowers
And helping them to grow.
to their fullest potential. Here we have a nursery of America's Libitus Bellus
Perennis. Or
American daisies, known to be one of the most brilliant flowers in the world. They must be cared for
with the tender love
that only submachine gun fire can provide.
Oh, hey there! How's it going? Hey, buddy! Can I get a little sip of water over here?
That flower looks
thirsty.
We need to find a way to get water onto it.
Hey, buddy! Can I get a little sip of water over here?
Yeah, boy.
Hey, buddy! Can I get a little sip of water over here?
What's that, you ask? How does shooting a cloud make it rain?
It's really just
Simple science. Bullets plus cloud equals rain. Duh.
Oh, yeah! That's good!
To keep those flowers happy and healthy. Now, the perfect garden wouldn't be complete
without a nice hedge to frame it. Our hedge
wall is looking tall and even now. But as it is subject to the whims of nature, this may not always be the case. See? Nature. Unreliable. Guns, on the other hand, they're never gonna let you down. When Mother Nature misbehaves,
we can help
her out with a bit of man-made ingenuity. Use your gun to trim the tall hedges, and then call down rainwater to grow the short hedges and get it back into the correct shape. All right, let's get
The garden into
tip-top shape. Get those hedges tall and even. Take care of those flowers and make sure the lawn doesn't get overrun by weeds. The hedges are still too short.
See if you can make them
Grow taller. The hedges are even, but they're a bit short.
Ah.
The hedges are still too short. See if you can make them grow taller. The hedges are still too short. See if you can make them grow taller. The hedges are still too short. See if you can make them grow taller. The hedges are still too short. See if you can make them grow taller. The hedges are even, but they're a bit short.
Oh, yeah.
The hedges are even,
That's good.
but they're a bit short.
Oh, yeah. That is good. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Look at those hedges. Perfectly lined up. The geometric consistency sure razzes my berries. Hey, up there in the sky. The sweet scent of liberty has attracted a group of angry birds. They've got their eyes set on the delicious pie that Taylor baked for us. That pie was baked with loving American hands. And by God, it will be eaten with American mouths. Good thing we have our faithful eagle to defend us. Go, Eddie! Okay, well, no matter. I guess it's up to us. Stop those red bastards from taking over our garden. Defend the pie until the timer runs out.
Oh, yeah. That is good.
devils who thought they could take a slice of our sweet, sweet freedom pie. Whilst they're gone for now, we must remain vigilant to ward off the ever-present threat to our freedom. Excellent job. You've made your garden into the spitting image of radiant suburban America. Remember the importance of keeping your garden clean and beautiful. Just as good American patriots keep our homeland clean of those. Sorry to interrupt the festivities, but I have some unfortunate news I need to share with you. Some crazed madman attacked and killed your mother. He coincidentally had a gun and shot her with it, but well, that's besides the point. The good news is the assailant left the gun at the scene of the crime, and we've recovered it. Guns are marked with a uniquely identifying serial number, so we may be able to trace it back to the culprit. Welcome to the National Tracing Center. This is where the country's records of gun sales are kept. Dealing with gun-related crime, when justice cannot be swiftly served with a bullet to the head, we turn to the Tracing Center. In the future, we will have access to incredible new technology to make tracking these criminals down easier than ever. Since a digitized National Gun Registry that tracks every firearm and its owner is highly immoral and would allow the government to confiscate all of our guns, we turn to the ever-reliable microfilm and paper technology. When you need to find a gun, all you need to do is look through each of the records and check for a matching serial number. Piece of cake. This is taking awfully long. Don't forget, your workstation is equipped with a state-of-the-art internet-enabled computer. This will make buying guns and gun-related paraphernalia as easy as taking candy from a baby. You could buy thousands of rounds of ammunition right from the comfort of your desk. We've even got custom-engraved American Rifle Association belt buckles. Now this is a future worth living in. Board. Unlike computers and databases, paper will never betray you. Ow! Oh, paper cut! Paper cut! Ow! Wasn't the last one a match? I could have sworn. Oh, well. I know what you're thinking. Wouldn't it be easier if we could just search up the serial number in a database? But that's like asking, wouldn't it be easier just to throw our guns into the sea and line up to get fucked by the government? Are we done yet? I don't get what the big deal is. Do you want to give up?
Lucky for you,
Having a gun makes giving up incredibly easy. All you have to do is raise the gun to your head, check it's loaded, and then shoot that big give up button. At least 20,000 Americans every year agree that this is the best option. Oh, thank God we can finally get out of here. As a consolation for your loss, please accept these thoughts and prayers on the house. Raising infants used to be a messy, infuriating, stressful, and thankless job. But now guns can help us make this important time one of peace, love, and happiness. Ah, little baby Bang, you look just like your daddy. Who's that cutie? You are, yes you are. Thanks to your excellent shooting skills, you are able to finish work early, allowing you to spend more time with the family. Many children grow up unloved and weird because their parents were too busy overworking and not smart enough to use guns. We've skipped forward from the breastfeeding months because we were told that exposed breasts are inappropriate. What a shame. We spent thousands on those props. Listen to that. Crying used to be a baby's only way to express itself. But babies of the future will be able to communicate using their guns as well. In time, parents will learn to intuit exactly what baby is trying to say with each gunshot. Young Bang is now old enough to eat soft foods. Let's prepare a yummy meal for the youngster.
by shooting the food, we can
Break it down to make it easier for baby to digest. Yum, yum.
delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious. Yum, yum. Delicious.
This baby food contains key nutrients for baby's development, including milk, carbohydrates, and a sprinkle of gunpowder. Spicy.
nefarious cat burglar on the loose. Several neighborhoods have been struck so far, with others no doubt in his sights. Eyewitness accounts confirm that the cat burglar will break into homes regardless of the time of day, even in broad daylight. Authorities advise that citizens should remain vigilant at all times to defend themselves from this menace.
A cat burglar? Oh, I bet it was that damn Mr. Cinnamon. I'm telling you, he can't be trusted. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want some unruly cat burglar creeping into my home. Home invasions and burglaries are more common than you think. Alarmingly, in the United States, a burglary occurs every 18 seconds. Chances are there's probably an invader in your house right now. Do you know what home invaders are capable of? Let me clue you in. They could steal your belongings. They could trash your house. They could sexually assault you and your family and then slit your throats. They could even kill your dog. That's why it's so important to make sure we're prepared. You see, the criminal who underestimates an armed citizen is the fool who ends up with a face full of lead. Ooh-wee, can you smell that? Like all Americans, babies must excrete feces. It is the sworn duty of the parents to dispose of used diapers and keep baby clean and happy. To clean up baby, we need to open up the diaper and dispose of her precious American poop. Made in the USA. Good job. Baby's bottom is clean as hell. By the way, it's common knowledge that anti-gunners did not have their diapers changed regularly.
No wonder they
Smell so bad. Something is upsetting poor Bang. Does she sense a stranger in the house? Did you do that? There, Bang. It'll be okay. I don't mean to alarm you, but there might be an intruder in the house. It might be the cat burglar. Get your gun ready.
I need waffles, Dorothy.
Oh my God, it's just Taylor.
She brought waffles.
Seen how guns can be used to raise and nurture young Americans towards a bright future amongst their fellow patriots. In addition, we must not forget the horrors of the outside world, where predators are always on the prowl, seeking to destroy the freedom and peace we hold so dear. Remember, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance and a well-stocked gun vault. And lastly, we've learned that surprise waffles are the best waffles. The gun industry sought to position the gun as a symbol representing all that is good in the world. Heroism, patriotism, liberty, freedom, justice. If we could convince the people that owning a gun was more than just owning a tool, that it meant being a proud American, being a force for good, and a protector of the weak, then there would be no limit to our prosperity. We knew we had something special on our hands, so we continued making more guns. better guns, and the money kept coming in. Our factories could now produce millions of guns each year, and each gun was eager to find a home. And so we found new ways to market our wares to the masses. We had guns for men, women, and even toy guns for children. We made an endless variety of gun models and attachments to fulfill the needs of every gun-loving patriot. Our guns embedded themselves into American culture and the media we produced. For role models, we need only look to the heroic cowboy, with trusty peacemaker in hand, or the brave revolutionary, reclaiming his liberty with his own weapon. The gun had become a beacon of hope in a hopeless world, one that was accessible to any American as long as they could afford it. We grew like never before. We used our resources to support our political allies, so they would support the industry and your right to bear arms. Our power and influence ran deep, and in time, we embedded ourselves into the American identity. We made America the gun country. What began as a simple business of selling ball-throwing machines became so much more. We turned our business into a culture, one unlike any other in the world. Only time will tell where the mighty gun will go from here. Families have long shared in the wholesome experiences of fishing and hunting. But in the future, we can combine the two for maximum bonding potential. We've arrived at Colt Lake, known for its crystal clear waters, lush greenery, and abundance of lively fish. Welcome aboard the SS Barrel, your father's prized boat. We'll be using the old Simpson rifle, perfect for shooting underwater targets with its high-velocity shots. You might say it'll be as easy as shooting fish in an SS Barrel. Ha ha ha! Whilst fishing is a leisurely pastime, as Americans, it is our duty to prove we're the best at what we do. So today, rather than just catch any dumb fish, we're going for the biggest fish in the lake. Legend has it that a monstrous catfish, Sergeant Whiskers, lurked there. It's a new fish. It's in the depths, waiting for a skilled fisherman's challenge. The biosphere of the lake operates on a simple premise. Big fish eat the small fish. By shooting small fish, we'll be able to lure out the bigger ones. With any luck, we'll eventually convince the legendary Whiskers to come out. Show me what you've got. I'm hankering for some catfish tonight. People would catch fish using rods and plastic wires. What a bunch of idiots. Oh, that's a slippery one, isn't it? What do you call a fish without an eye? FSH. In this world, there is an order to things, just like in the food chain. There are the strong and the weak bow to the will of the strong. By arming ourselves, we become strong and ensure that we won't be bending for anybody. Unless you're into that kind of thing, but that's none of my business. Why not enjoy a snack from the lunchbox? Where does a fish keep its money? In the riverbank! Such a delicate balance beneath the surface of the water. Millions of years of evolution leading to a perfectly tuned ecosystem. And yet now, we can float over it and blow the blazes out of everything. Wow, that's a big one. One step closer to Whiskers. You can bring the fish closer to our boat by throwing bait into the water. Why is a fish so easy to weigh, huh? Because it has its own scales. The strong prey on the weak. Those who wield power have the right to exercise their will. It is through perseverance, strength, and force of will that America claimed its place as the most powerful nation in the world. And that is how its citizens should conduct themselves in chasing their ambitions. Remember, shoot the smaller fish to lure out bigger ones. Why did the fish blush? Because it's on the boat's bottom. What a fantastic sport it is when the opposition doesn't even know it's playing. I remember the days of having to unhook the little ones and throw them back. Now we just blast them and everyone saves time. That? It can't be. It is the legendary Sergeant Whiskers himself. What did the fish say when it swam into the wall? Yeah. Good. This is it, my friend. You know what to do. Take down Sergeant Whiskers and turn him into the trophy of a lifetime. He's getting weaker. Keep up the pressure. Why are fish so clever? Think about it. Because they swim in schools. Fly him with more bullets. Who does the fish call when his piano breaks? The piano tuna. Be careful now. Whiskers isn't any ordinary fish. He's far more resilient to gunfire and has been known to ram boats and capsize them. Why do fish like worms? Because they're hooked on them. Where do fish go on holiday? To fish? Here he comes. Get ready. When? Whoa! That was a close one. Keep fighting. We're so close. I'm inclined to think those red bulbs on Whiskers' body may be weak points. Shoot them for massive damage. Why was the tuna taken off television? His show got canned. We almost got him. Why did the fish blush? Because it's on the boat's bottom. Two fish swim into a boat. Unfortunately, the bartender is just a drowned corpse. He's gonna jump. Watch out! Why couldn't the fish detective solve the case? Chased around Harry. Yes! I think you did it. Thanks to your trusty rifle, we were able to find the... Watch out! Sergeant Whiskers is
Carrying a concealed weapon.
Well, it would seem we're in quite the pickle here. It's getting kind of toasty. You might want to do something about that. Well, that plan didn't exactly hold water. Looks like we're going now. As an American citizen, Sergeant Whiskers has a constitutional right to carry arms and defend himself. He exercised his right, as we all should when faced with a mortal threat. Concealed carry saved Sergeant Whiskers' life today, and it could save yours too. In this world, you pack heat or pack your bags. Before we move on, I'd like to pose a question to you. Would you have gone fishing today if you knew that fish had guns to defend themselves? Thanksgiving is a time when families come together to share bountiful meals and give thanks for the many benefits of America, such as freedom, democracy, and the ability to purchase a shitload of guns. Hey, who does this guy think he is? We've got a Thanksgiving feast to pistol whip up. Get him out of the way. Good riddance.
Anyway, where were we?
Hey, man. Glad you could make it. I'm just in the middle of prepping our Thanksgiving dinner, dude. Can you lend a hand? Come in. This is General Washington. Do you read? What is your sitrep? McTavish! Damn it! Thank the founding fathers you're here. The president has been assassinated, and in the chaos, communists have seized control of the barbershop. They are demanding a ransom of $12 billion, and that we hand over the body of the president. They claim that if their demands aren't met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear strike on our homeland. You'll have two mission objectives. Firstly, you are to identify and eliminate the communist leader. He may be disguised among the patrons of the barbershop, but can be identified by his sinister-looking eye patch. Secondly, you are to proceed through the barbershop and give haircuts to each of the customers. As the shop owners have been taken hostage, they are relying on you to ensure that their customers' needs are attended to. The hot zone is 0.01 clicks north of here, and the insertion method will be via cart. You'll receive new weapons from our ground infantry at regular intervals, and I'll provide tactical support via secure radio comms. Only an elite Special Forces commando like yourself is capable of completing such a dangerous mission. Your nation is counting on you, soldier. Before we proceed, you'll need to learn how to perform a tactical haircut. Locate the tango and aim for the head. By the way, when I say tango, I mean target, not the dance. This dummy's hair is an excellent work, soldier. That's a fine-looking American haircut if I've ever seen one. You'll be receiving ground support from the gunny squadron who will plant explosive charges on the doors in front of you. Breach and clear each room until you've completed all your mission objectives. All set? Commencing Operation Excessive Force now. It's gonna blow! Fashionable hairdo acquired. Tango down. Yay, motherfuckers. Leader! You did it. We defeated the communists. Once and for all. Excellent work, soldier. However, we cannot rest on our laurels, for the fight for freedom is eternal. It is only a matter of time until a new threat surfaces. Yesterday, it was the Nazis. Today was communists. Tomorrow, who knows? There will always be an enemy, and we will always need weapons to fight them. We'll make up our own enemies if we have to. Anything to keep the gun economy alive. For the life of freedom hinges upon the life of the gun economy. We'll show the world that our way is the right way. Because America will only be safe when the world is America. And thanks to you, my friend, we are one step closer to that reality. We find ourselves back at home, enjoying a quiet afternoon with the family. And look, it looks like Taylor's got a new bullet in the chamber too. Although this one won't be due for another few months. Kick back and enjoy some quality time with your good friends, TV and beer. Oh hey, it's one of those gun shows. My favorite. Some say this is an unfair loophole for criminals to acquire unlicensed guns. But some also say that the moon landing was faked. So think about that. It was the morning of April 20th, 1999. And it was pretty much like any other morning in America. The farmer did his chores. The milkman made his deliveries. The president bombed another country whose name we couldn't pronounce. Orange!
Do you want a safer alternative to your handgun? Introducing the Smartass gun, designed only to fire when verified by your fingerprint, and only your fingerprint.
Well, what about me? I don't even have fingerprints. How's that meant to work? Useless technology. Well, it looks like this baby jumped the gun. You know what to do. Call an ambulance. Okay, well, there goes that idea. But fear not. We are the world's most resourceful people. We can handle this on our own. To the hospital. Get in! I'll take the wheel. You keep it up. looks like we're out of options. You're gonna have to deliver this baby on your own. While you might not be a qualified doctor, you've got the most powerful tools a man can carry. I'm sure we can make this work.
Interrupt tonight's broadcast for an important message from the newly appointed President of the United States.
People of America, today is a momentous day. It marks the dawn of a new age, a second American Revolution. We, the people, have paved way for a new paradigm of thinking and being, one that leads with strength, dignity, and steel. You gave us, the American Rifle Association, the power to thrive and the support we needed to take the next step in our evolution. You voted with your hearts and your wallets, and we ascended to the summit of power. The right to own a gun should be universal and ubiquitous. Without it, we are all victims to tyranny and oppression. Not just by the government, but by gun-wielding criminals, madmen, and psychopaths. We are born as helpless lambs in a field of wolves. But the Second Amendment gives the common man the most uncommon of freedoms: power. Within the cold, blued steel of our lovingly crafted guns resides sacred stuff. The power of life and death. The power of God. We must democratize this power. Give it to every man, woman, and child if we are to rid this world of evil.
Hi.
For only a peace between equals can last.
Yeah.
We shall rally our loyal followers with our rousing speeches, weekly newsletters, and membership discounts to spread word. We give you the truth. We show you the horrors of the world so that you understand why owning guns is so necessary. We will remove all federal taxes and restrictions on gun ownership and concealed carry laws. Our freedoms will be limitless, so that our industry can grow unfettered by the villains who would align against our liberty. Like a serpent consuming its own tail, the gun economy will feed off the fear and conflict that our weapons create, thus furthering the desire for even more weapons. We've created an unstoppable machine, an infinite cycle. With it, we will fill the nation with our guns, so that we may finally know peace. This is the ultimate gun factory that I promised to you. This is my American dream. Hey, what's the hold-up? Switch the camera 4. My American... Oh, sweet Jesus, what the hell is that? Turn it off! Turn it off! Okay, how about I just show you myself? Behold, the gun factory of tomorrow. My American dream! We, the people, form the constitution of the greatest gun factory of all time. We are the parts of this grand machine. We give it life, and in return it gives us the most important privilege of all, freedom. Freedom to live our lives as we see fit. Ours will be a society where justice is upheld with a steel fist, where we push past the boundaries of so-called morality to lead mankind into a new age of progress. The weak will be left behind, and the strong shall rise to claim our rightful bounty. Allow me to demonstrate, Mr. Cinnamon. A filthy creature like you has no place in the new America. Mr. Cinnamon, no! Useless chaff will be disposed of, and all that shall remain are the most exemplary specimens of life. Oh, this is no different to natural selection. We are merely giving Mother Nature a little push in the right direction. Well, even if it means pushing her down the stairs. However, we are left with one loose end. You, my dear friend. My invaluable partner. You and your guns have helped me to change America. And soon, the world. Remember Thanksgiving? Oh, I need to thank you. Because the person you disposed of was the greatest obstacle to my rise to power. Yes, it was you who killed the president. He wanted more than just a serving of Taylor's delicious baked potatoes that day. He wanted to cripple the military-industrial complex, destroy the arms industry, and in turn, annihilate your Second Amendment rights. He was an enemy of freedom. And so he was rightfully overthrown by one of the very citizens he betrayed. He proposed disarmament. But disarmament means death. Death of the United States and the death of liberty itself. His Confederation of Mutual Trust and Respect was a fantasy. Make no mistake, this world of ours is one fueled by fear and hate. The only way to survive in such a world is through strength of will and strength of arms. We will rip peace by its throat. Hold it high! The clenched fist of truth. The world will worship us. We will spread our guns to the furthest reaches and create the ultimate paradise on Earth. Together, we crushed the old tyrannical government, just like the brave soldiers of the Revolutionary War. Now I will be your new president, and I shall restore our strength, our pride, and our glory. However, when I look at you now, and the destruction you've wrought, it's clear to me now that I have created a monster. In this world governed by the strength of the individual, I cannot have someone as powerful as you existing alongside me. You are a threat to our peace that I cannot afford. And so, you must die, my beloved monster. Go on, gather your militia. See what good it will do against the might of my army. The U.S. military has evolved in ways you cannot possibly imagine. Will you die here as a patriot? Or will you live on as the bad guy with a gun? America is ours now. But this is just the beginning. I have a dream of a world where the American dream is no longer limited by our nation's borders. We are the epitome of human civilization. A model society that all should aspire to. Our influence extends to every corner of the globe and only grows deeper with time. Whether they love us or hate us, they cannot ignore us.
we will offer a hand
and let them taste the American experience. Whether it be our art, books, music, or films, they will consume it with ecstasy. Our culture will be commoditized, drip-fed ceaselessly into the minds of the masses. Together, we will become one homogeneous soup. A delicious bacon-infused high-fructose corn syrup-enhanced grease-dripping American soup. The great gun factory of America will enter the hearts and minds of all men. The people of the world will become as one, united under the morality of the gun. And at last, we will know a time when the lamb may lie with the wolf. One day, we will learn how to create entire worlds for people to inhabit and live our ideologies. They will learn to think and act as we do, and in time, the whole world will live the American dream, just as you are now. I believe in my vision of the future, and for it to come to pass, you must die. However, I also believe in power, and your freedom to exert that power against your government. So show me what it means to be a true American patriot. Let's finish this. You and I. With all the money you've helped us earn, I've been able to purchase a few upgrades. If you want your freedom, then take it from my cold, dead hands. Let's spill some blood today. The tree of liberty needs some bursting up. Don't you point that thing at me. I do this for the greater good. That will tenderize you for the maggots. Don't you point that thing at me. I've learned that boiling up material goods does in fact fill the emptiness of life. Rifles were right. We should have just had more gun control. Well, how's this? Now it is time for you to die.
Honey, take this.
Stay out of this, Taylor!
Oh, you finally done it. You're just too strong. You win. You've shown that with guns, you can achieve anything. I'm sorry. Sorry for all of this. I just wanted to sell some guns. I have a family to feed, and all those hamburgers and milkshakes just don't come cheap. So what if I bought a few yachts and mansions as well? I mean, they're just the simple needs of a humble entrepreneur. We sure had some good times, didn't we? Remember when we went to the carnival? Your wedding day, your firstborn child? My time is over. My legacy can carry on through you alone. Go on. Do what you do best. Shoot me! The slightest sorry excuse for an American. I was weak. You are strong. Present! You should have seen the look on your face. Just kidding. What did you think was going to happen? Remember, guns kill bad guys, and I'm just a dog. Thank you for joining us on this magical adventure. Together, we've learned the undeniable benefits of gun ownership for the common man. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you've learned what it means to be a true American, and just how wonderful life can be when you're packing heat. On behalf of the American Rifle Association, I would like to formally thank you again for joining us in living the American dream. Until next time, friends. 4 years ago, in the summer of 1949, a group of 9 respected companies came together to craft a vision of the future of America. They set upon themselves one key question: what makes